Once again, we are live. Once again, we are live. Let me check this out. We are live once again. As you enter the building, go ahead, hit up the chat. Let me know you in the house. As you enter this live, hit up the chat. Let me know you in the building. I want to thank y'all, man, for the continued support. Thank you for the continued support. Man, I'm having a good day. As I always say, every day above ground for me is a good day. Every day above ground for me is a good day. I hope that you're having a good day as well. I hope that you're having a good day as well. Let me adjust this. Hope that you're having a good day. Hope that you're having a good day. As I said, I thank y'all for the continued support. We're going to take some time to let people get in the building. We're going to take a little bit of time to let some people get into the building. Today is hump day. So we almost through the week. That's a good thing. Today is hump day as we get through the week, heading into the weekend. Today is a good day. For me, it's beautiful outside, but as you know, it's a hot week this week. Make sure you stay hydrated. I got my H2O on deck. I'm going to go and get a sip. Valerie, good morning. Welcome to the chat. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. I hope you're having a good day. I appreciate the support. We got a few things to talk about. I'm going to give people more time to get into the room, but thank you very much, Valerie, for showing up. I appreciate you. Thank you for your continued support. I got a poll. Today is an easy poll. The poll is, and make sure you take the poll, Valerie. If you hit the lottery for 500,000, would you quit your job? Valerie, Alabama. Did you take the poll? Did you take the poll? As you enter the room, go ahead up the chat. Let me know you're in the building. Make sure you take the poll. If it started showing up yet, take the poll. And the question is, if you hit for 500,000, would you quit your job? Go ahead, answer the poll. Let me know your thoughts. Did the poll show up on your end, Valerie, yet? Did the poll show up? Okay, Valerie said her godmother lives there. I did the poll. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for the support. Thank you for the support. If you're just getting in, this is Mark B's Perspective, where I talk about a host of different topics. Man, I welcome y'all in. As I say, I'm having a good day. I hope that y'all are having a good day as well. But for me, any day I wake up with my right state of mind, with good health and strength, I count it as a good day. Make sure you take the poll. The poll is asking, if you hit the lottery for 500,000, would you quit your job? Answer the poll. I got 4 selections. Thank you, Valerie, for doing the poll. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Today is Wednesday. It's hump day. We halfway through the week. We turn around, we'll be in the weekend. We turn around, we'll be in the weekend. But the only thing about the weekend, it seems like the weekend goes so quick that Mondays be coming back so quick. So when it comes to Friday, try to slow things down so you can enjoy your weekend. I got a few topics to talk about. I'm gonna go ahead and get started, man. I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Today's topic is about, I'm gonna talk about a couple things, but one of the main things I'm talking about is the 10 individuals that escaped from the New Orleans jail, and talk about the concerns that we have with that, the danger to society, as well as prosecutors and witnesses. So I'm going to talk about the 10 inmates who escaped 5 of them have been captured, but there's 5 that's still out. And these individuals pose a danger to society. I did want to throw this to y'all too. I want y'all to. Valerie said 500,000 is not a lot of money, and that was my point. That's why I made it that way, so that you can have to think about it and decide. For some people, it's a jump start for greater things. But thank you, Valerie. Listen, Valerie, I'm gonna throw this out. I'm gonna put it on the screen. Friday, I want to do what I call a dance, chat, and drink right here on the live. I'm gonna put it on the screen for you, Valerie. Let me know what you think about it, and I can explain the details. What that is, if you look at this flyer, it's saying dance, chat, and drink. It's going to be a live stream. It's going to be like a fun Friday. It's a free Friday fun. And what I want to do, man, is just have y'all come in and y'all get on the screen, play your own music where you at, but you will have to mute it because of YouTube guidelines and all that, copyright issues. But we can dance together on the screen. And I want to do this on Friday. Let me know if that's something you would be interested in, Valerie. Let me know. But I want us to have what's called a dance, chat, and drink. And what I drink is this good H2O. Like I said, it's hot out here and you got to stay hydrated. But that's what I want to do starting this Friday. Dance, chat, and drink. Let me know if that's something you would be interested in. I think it can really be fun. It's, and we still can be chatting and all that. But we want to do this and still practice YouTube community guidelines. Valerie said that 500,000 sure would be a jump start for her, but after taxes, you really broke. Right. Right. Yeah, taxes gonna bust you in the head. Taxes are going to bust you in the head. Taxes on that money will bust you in the head, man. Taxes will hit you up something hard. Hey, Valerie, if you could share this live, I don't know if you know how to do it, but share so other people can get it. If you can, if not, don't worry about it. But that's what I want us to do. Make sure we take the poll. And then in addition to that, let me see. I'm talking about the 10 prisoners. They're really inmates because they're not in prison. It's a jail in New Orleans where they all ran out of. And I got a message, man, that I want more people to get in to hear this message. I got a message from a rapper that some may know, some may not know. It's like a what you call it, public service announcement. And it's trying to encourage our women, our young girls to be careful out there because there's a lot of predators in the midst. And he explains clearly, and he is a good public service announcement. Antonio says, "Que pasa?" Thank you, Antonio. Welcome. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, said that's a fun time to be had. I take care of my aunt who is disabled, so no, I can't do it. But this is the thing, Valerie, you can still do it without getting on a screen because only so many people can get on the screen at a time. So you can still participate by chatting, that's why it's called drink, chat, and it's called dance, chat, and drink. So everybody will not be on the screen at the same time. I think here I can only have 6 maximum. So you can still participate and just type in. You don't have to be on the screen. But just something that I thought of that might be pretty good. But I do want to get that public service announcement out, man. I want y'all to hear the rapper Redman, and he's encouraging young girls and women and even men to be on your P's and Q's because there's a lot of predators out in the midst. Adam the Ghost, welcome to the chat, Adam. It said I would buy 2 apartments with the 500K and rent them out. In 10 years, I would have my money back in rent. And then going forward, I can relax and have a good income when I retire. Very good, Adam. Adam the Ghost said, but that's just me personally. That's a good idea. That's why I say that 500,000 is a jump start for some people. That some people going to blow it within a month, it might be gone. But that's why I want to know, make sure you take the poll. If you hit the lottery for 500,000, would you quit your job or would you continue working? Make sure you answer the poll. While I got y'all here, I'm gonna go ahead and show that that public service announcement from the rapper Redman. And he's serious as a heart attack, and he's encouraging people to pay attention. It's 100%. It's a good jump start if you smart with it, most definite. Antonio said, I'm going to continue working, just spend a little bit at a time. That's a good idea too. Make sure y'all take the poll. But I want y'all to watch this video. He's giving a warning to, women, young girls, and even men. So check this video out and let me know what y'all think.
Public service announcement. I want to talk to my queens, my young queens, and parents with kids. It is a high alert right now, a high alert. Women and kids have been missing for years. No one talks about it, but it is a high alert right now. And I got a daughter, and I got a lot of nieces and a lot of female cousins. And I'm drilling them right now. And I'm telling them to not accept anything from anybody. No paper, no business cards, no money, not even a compliment. Most likely is chemicals on that business card to get you drowsy for you to be taken away. Ubers, if you're catching an Uber, women, inspect the Uber before you get in it. Take a picture of the license plate. Take a picture of the driver. Always sit behind the driver. If the driver says, I want to stop at the gas station, get the hell out the Uber, because most likely he'll pull up to a van for you to be taken away. If you at the club, hanging out with your girls, keep your drink in your hand 24/7 in front of you. I don't care if you're sitting at the table, sitting at the bar. Don't sit it down at all. These people are getting crafty on how they put things into the drinks. Or don't even be at the club right now because it is a high alert. And what it will do, that drink will get you drowsy for you to be taken away. If you at Walmart, Target, or any store shopping, women, especially young women, keep your head up, stay the hell off the phone, and watch your surroundings of people. If an old lady or someone asks you to help them to their car, do not accept it, because most likely they're luring you to a van to be taken away. If there's a van or a strange car parked by your car, stay safe in the store. Call your loved ones to come get you to safety, because most likely that van is there to take you away. If you get in your car, you see a dollar bill on your windshield or even money in your car that you know you didn't put there because maybe you left your car door open, do not touch it at all. Go back in the store. Call your loved ones to get you out of there, because most likely that money is there for a purpose to drug you for you to be taken away. I know it's summertime. A lot of people want to go to the island, especially young ladies. My daughter just did it with her friends, and I'm sure a lot of parents let their daughters go when they're of age. Young ladies, don't let the locals tie no ribbon to your ankle, your wrist, your arm. Don't let them put no trinkets on you at all, because most likely they're targeting you to be taken away. Parents with your kids, keep your kids to your side at all times. When you're getting in your car, put your kids inside the car you're getting in, and always lock your doors. Before getting in the car, inspect inside of the car. Put your kids in the same side that you get in, maybe even the same door, and you get in and you lock the door immediately. Because most likely when you put them in from the other side and you walk around to get in your door, someone will open that door and take your kids away.
Yeah. Did y'all enjoy the video? I know it was kind of long, but I thought it was necessary, man, because even as Adam the Ghost, and I got a question for you, Adam. You said GHB. Is that easy for people to get? You said just rub a little bit on you and it's over with. Is that easy for people to get, Adam? Valerie said, that's scary for real. Yeah, we got to be aware of our surroundings. And it's sad that we got to be like that, but we have to be aware of our surroundings, man. There's no telling what somebody might do. But I wanted to make sure I brought it to my peoples, man, so we can at least be aware. And we got to teach our kids, our cousins, our nieces, our nephews, let other people know. Valerie said the video wasn't long, it was informative. Thank you, Valerie. Yeah, and I want to be able to do that, man, to bring information and positive insight on this channel. And I'm glad that y'all enjoyed it, man. Make sure you double tap the screen, share this video. Make sure you share this video. If you're new to the channel, this is Mark B's Perspective, where I talk about a host of different topics. The main topic today is, out of the 10 inmates who escaped from the New Orleans prison, they captured 5. But the thing about it, it's still 5 more that's out. I saw on the news yesterday, hold on. It's hot today. Make sure you get that good H2O. My throat was getting dry. So I saw on the news yesterday, some prosecutors say they're concerned for their lives. And some of the prosecutors said that they leave in town until they catch the rest of those inmates who escaped. And as we were saying yesterday, yes, it was an inside job. The maintenance man helped disconnect, allegedly, he helped disconnect the toilet, and that's where they escaped through. So the maintenance man and then some other staff, got, I guess they suspended until further investigation. But that's crazy. You'll let 10 people escape out of your facility. Antonio, what's that symbol? Oh, that's the water. that's that H2O Antonio talking about. Thank you, Antonio. War Stories. Mountain Dew. He said nothing War Story said nothing hydrate as good as a nice cold good old Mountain Dew. That's his drink of choice. So War Stories, I'm gonna have something Friday on here. It's gonna be more, laid back, more informal, where those who want to come on the screen can come on the screen and just dance and play the music. I want to have a fun day on Friday, this Friday. So if you're interested on coming on the screen, you can still type and do all that other good stuff that we do. But the title of Friday is Dance, Chat, and Drink. You just got to put the music on mute, whatever you're listening to, because of YouTube's copyright policies. Valerie said a cold Mountain Dew. Oh, yeah. For real. Yeah. I try not to drink too many sodas, but I know what you're saying. A good cold Mountain Dew. But I'm trying to tell y'all, don't you sleep on that H2O. You can't beat it. You cannot beat that good water. You're going to get hydrated and all that. And I know it don't taste like, it might not taste good, but this is probably the best thing for you. But as I was saying, the inmates who escaped from the jail is crazy, because now witnesses are afraid. And I told you, I saw on the news, the prosecutors are afraid as well. Because they can come after the prosecutors. Those who testified against any of them guys, they're afraid. So even though they captured 5, there's still 5 more that's out at large. but they said they're tracking all of them. They're trying to get all of them. So we're going to see what's going to happen with that case. We're going to see what's going to happen with that case. And yesterday I showed how they all ran out. They ran down the steps and was getting away. And I thought that was embarrassing, man. You know, it seemed like that whole shift was on the take because somebody had to hear some noises and all that. But that's how it go, man. And they supposed to be protecting society, you know, protect and serve, but they dropped the ball on that. It was a lot of people in the take. It had to be people that was in the take. Make sure y'all take that poll. If you win a lottery for 500,000, would you quit your job? Let me know in the chat. If you hit the lottery for 500,000, would you quit your job? Let me know in the chat. Double tap the screen, share the video. Double tap the screen and share the video so we can try to get more people in. Okay, a lot of people said no so far. A lot of people said no so far, but you know, make sure if you haven't taken the poll, go and take that poll. If you hit the lottery for 500,000, would you quit your job? Would you quit your job or would you keep working? Some people on the chat said they will keep working. Some people said they're going to try to flip that and make more money. And then somebody was like, that's really not a lot of money, which is actually true. It's not a lot of money. On, you know, Trump's big, beautiful bill, have y'all been researching what's in the big, beautiful bill? Have y'all did any research on that bill? The big, beautiful bill. Have y'all did any research on what's in the big, beautiful bill? Okay, so in that bill, he's gonna be funding. The goal is to and is the bill really got shot down on Friday. Let me bring y'all up to speed for his big, beautiful bill. It got struck down on Friday because there are Republicans, like 5 or 6 of them, that's not in agreement with the bill. And I think all of the Democrats don't like the bill. And they voted it down on Friday, but then Sunday they had a late night meeting, where they voted not to pass the bill, but they voted for the bill to continue on. Them guys are not thinking about those prosecution. Good point. They're not thinking about the prosecutors. They trying to stay out of the way. I don't know why those people escaped with no solid plan. I don't think it was a good idea for them to escape. And I'm in total agreement. Because me personally, I would not have escaped if I was inside like that. I would have been fighting to get out, you know, through legal means and going to the law library and stuff like that. But the reason why I would not have escaped is because I wouldn't want to put that burden on my family. Because they look at all your contacts, and that's the first place they're going to go, to your family, those who visited you, anybody who wrote you a letter, and, you know, your next of kin. They're going after all of them. So anytime you escape from a facility, you putting your family in danger. So if they doing something illegal, now they got to do, the heat going to come on them because of you. So I wouldn't have did that, but that was a good point. No, they didn't have no plan, Valerie. That was a good point. They didn't have no plan. They just wanted to get out. They probably hug up with somebody for 1 or 2 days. And you're right. They probably not even thinking about the prosecutors. But we got to realize we not in them people's heads. And I would rather be safe than sorry. If I was a prosecutor, I would be concerned as well. You know, because you never know. He might accidentally bump into him and see him. Man, that's that prosecutor. And he might have a weapon or something. So I understand what you're saying, but the prosecutors still have to be aware. Also, witnesses. What about the witnesses, Valerie? People might have testified in them that got them a lot of time. What about those people? So it's people that got to be, it's some real concerns on this, is what I'm saying. And then they don't have a plan. They might not have they don't have enough money. They don't have means of transportation. So now they're desperate and they might end up committing another crime just to, to stay out. Valerie said they probably will be caught soon. Yeah. Genevieve makes you wonder about the post officer monitoring those cameras with or without a staff member in the housing unit. And 7 hours later, it was 7 hours later before they found out. Now that's crazy because you count every so often. So they just going around counting and acting like they counting and just repeating the numbers. If that's true about that 7 hours, I can't verify that or not. But if it was 7 hours that it took for them to find out, that's a tragedy. If it took 7 hours to realize that you got these dangerous people who escaped, that whole shift was sleep. That whole night shift or whatever, 7 hours. Ross says 7 hours later. That's crazy. No, Rose is asking the question 7 hours later. That's what I say, Rose. I don't know because you count every so often. Either they wasn't counting, they just writing in the book that they counted, but they're gonna check all that now. They're gonna look back to see if they was walking around. So it's a lot of heads that's gonna roll on that situation. Valerie said they probably will commit crimes because their family can't risk helping them. They might get a few dollars. Somebody even get 200. Even if somebody give you 200, that's not enough. Friends are not friends for real, because some of their friends might be committing crimes. If they selling drugs, they don't want you around them bringing heat. So yeah, Antonio said Trump wants 150 billion in defense spending for shipbuilding and Golden Dome missile defense systems. Yeah, and he's spending a lot of money also on Antonio. He's spending a lot of money on this immigration thing. And what I mean by the immigration, it ain't just protecting the border. It's going around snatching these people up and shipping them out. Genovese said, yes, golly, 7 hours. Somebody is, and then whoever the warden of that facility, every time I seen somebody escape from a jail, the warden head always rolled because you need to know your staff. You didn't vet these people. You got a janitor that, to help them out, to cut the water off. You got people that you don't even know. So in addition to the background check, they dropped the ball on so many levels. Rose said they in a coma. Yeah, that third shift, they be out. Rose, they out because they sleeping. They probably partied all day or whatever, and they come to work. They want a free paycheck. And every time they wake up, writing in the book, yeah, we did a count and faking accounts and all that. Listen, man, this is crazy. You can see their entire escape played out on Tier Talk. Okay. No ego. Welcome to the chat. Make sure y'all take the poll. I got the poll, and the question today is: if you win 500,000, would you quit your job? If you win 500,000 on a lottery or whatever, would you quit your job? Make sure you take the poll. Let me know your thoughts. Take the poll. Let me know your thoughts. But yeah, that escape is crazy. And I'm with the prosecutors. Not that I would be afraid, but I would be concerned looking this way and that way because, and I know you said that they're not thinking about the prosecutors, which they probably not. But if they come across a prosecutor that did them dirty, there's no telling what they might do. So the prosecutors do need to be on their P's and Q's. The janitor is going to jail if he did what is alleged. Thank you, Valerie. Yes, he's going to jail. He didn't already, I think, confess some stuff to investigators. So he didn't already implicate. He was like, yeah, I did it. I was afraid for my life. But they ain't buying that, man, because you could have went to somebody. These people locked up. They could have shipped them people up to another more secure facility. So you might have been afraid, but you didn't think this out real good, man. You should have you could have gone to the authorities and they would have did something with them inmates. He said, no ego said, I've had many plans, taking my money and hitting out of here. You talking about for the 500,000 or the escape thing? Antonio said Trump wants 701 miles of primary wall, 900 miles of river barrier, 629 miles of secondary barriers, 141 miles of vehicle and pedestrian barriers will be constructed. Is all that necessary? That would be my question, Antonio. I understand what you're saying, but come on, you locking us in. But anyway, No Eagle said, been playing for years. Been playing the lottery. Have you ever won? I think that's what you're talking about, No Ego. You said you've been playing for years. I'm assuming you're talking about playing the lottery. If you're talking, you ain't never win, not nothing, and you keep playing. No Ego, you said you've been playing for years and you haven't won. Listen, man, I ain't gonna keep playing. I'm gonna figure it out sooner or later that, hey, but I guess you waiting for that one lucky day because they say if you don't play, you can't win. Genevieve said every assigned officer employed to that housing unit during that shift and prior shifts need to be held accountable. Even the count officers. Exactly. Somebody wasn't there. There's a lot of people played a part in that. Okay, they not gonna wiggle their way out of this. Good point, Genevieve. No Ego said, I won small, little $1,000, 500. I don't know what you mean by small, but he said he won. No Ego said he won a small amount, nothing major, but he continues to play. Valerie said, when you lock others out, you lock yourself in. Mark, you speaking facts. Thank you, Valerie. See, that's my concern, man. All that we known or have known or thought about the United States is changing under this administration. All that we have known about the land of the free and all this good stuff is changing right before our eyes, man. That's why some people are not acceptive, not really acceptive to all that's going on. But some people like, we need change. We want whatever change that he say that they need. They just going with it. No Ego said he won a couple $100. So do this for me, No Ego. Not today, but do it for yourself. Write down, just estimate how much you think you spent in a year. And then think about what you could have did with that money. How much money did you spend in a year on these lottery or whatever gambling you do? Add that up on average and ask yourself, what could you have done with that money? Genevieve said, where was the right, even on the outside, because you got officers on the perimeter. He said, where was the perimeter officer? They're armed, and that's a fact. The only thing about that, though, the car could be parked anywhere. In most facilities, the car gonna be, they don't just sit in the car. I mean, they don't just continue to ride. They're gonna park, and then they got to do so many, rides, park, do so many rides. So yeah, where was the officer? Like somebody said, probably was asleep. That was third shift. So they was laid back. They're like, don't nothing happen. We good. We go to sleep. And then they might get up and lie, say they did a perimeter check and might have done it, might not have done it. But that's a good point, No Ego. Very good point. Man, the ball was dropped several times just in that alone, man. The ball was dropped. But even the top people, you got to know, if you got employees that can't be trusted, because y'all train on a regular basis, and then their supervisors evaluate them, somebody should know that these were people who were not really reliable. A lot of people didn't do their job, man. That's why I tell people they work in these facilities, they get comfortable with the inmates, and they let their guards down. Then some of them are afraid because these facilities are short-handed. I heard some places you got two officers and 200 or 300 inmates. That's in prisons, though. So they understaffed, too. It said, No Eagle said, too late. I'm not writing down nothing. It might depress me. Yeah, but I think you're spending a lot, man. That money might can go somewhere else. Put the money in a jar for 1 month, man, that you would usually gamble and see how much you got. Genevieve said, these dudes crossed the interstate. Yeah, I saw that on video, man. They crossed the interstate. They was doing their thing. Them jokers crossed the interstate. Everyone needs to go. And you be like, how I get fired on my day off? I'm with you, Valerie. Valerie said everyone need to go. You might just keep it because it's probably a good few ones in the midst. It might be a couple few good ones. Rose said, I live in New Orleans for a while, and that interstate is no joke. Yeah, they was desperate though. They was trying to get away to freedom. So them they ain't care. They rather get hit, than get caught. They rather get hit than get caught. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Yeah, it's crazy. Listen, this is what I want to do. I want to show it don't have sound. I'm gonna narrate through it, but I'm gonna show that same video that y'all already saw when them jokers got out. And as you can see, one of the dudes is trying to open the door to help his buddy out. And Tony said, did y'all hear about the Christy Neon wants to do as an immigration competing in challenges across the US for the chance to fast track the path to citizenship. Hold on, let me read that again. Antonio said, did y'all hear about what Christy Noam wants to do as an immigration competing in challenges across the US for the chance to fast track that path to citizenship? Listen, I didn't hear about that specifically. I will have to do more research on that. But the thing is, anything that's right, fair, and just, I'm with that. You want to treat people right, I'm with that. But any risk of mistreatment, violation of their rights, I'm not with none of that. But anytime we want to do something to help people, I'm with that. I don't care who doing it. I'm with that. Genevieve said, I don't care what kind of convictions on individuals has on their jacket. They are there for a reason. And those employees are there to protect communities. I advocate for human rights. They failed. That's a fact, man. Let me put this on there. That's a fact, man. I'm disappointed in that. I'm disappointed in that whole situation. So this is the video, man. As you see the guy, I got you, Valerie, but hold tight. I want y'all to see this guy. And all this time, nobody's in the control booth. This dude is on his door. As y'all see, he trying to let my man out. He want his buddy to escape with him. Valerie said 900 cameras and nobody saw or heard anything. That many people moving at once makes noise. No count during the night, suspicious. Look at this. Where are the officers? This is still. Now this makes a lot of noise. So my question, where are the officers? Good point, Valerie. Valerie said 900 cameras. Look at this. They know ain't nobody watching. He just doing it. The control booth is right there. And it should always be officers in the control booth. My man, like, I ain't got nothing to do with that. He brushing his teeth or doing something. Yeah. Valerie said facilities not maintained. My man walked by. He said, nah, I ain't with that. Look at all this time he yanking his door. So now somebody coming to help him. Come on, man. We need you to come with us. We need you to come with us. Let's go. They had to get him out because they knew what they was doing. Look at him. Look at these jokers. Look at these jokers. Did y'all see that, man? And that's a great question. Genevieve said, why are they out of their cells? Now, I don't know if they was, in facilities, you're going to have trustees. So some of the trustees get to stay out longer. I don't know why some of them were out, some were in. I don't know what was going on, but they just walking around doing whatever they was doing. Good question, Genevieve. Antonio said, Everybody on break. They was doing something. They was asleep on break. You is yanking this door open. That's metal. It makes a lot of noise. The walls are concrete. It's a lot of noise. When you kick, prisoners sometimes kick on them doors to agitate the officers. That stuff makes a lot of noise. So they dropped the ball on this big time. If you have not done it, make sure y'all take the poll. If you hit the lottery for 500,000, would you quit your job? Let me know. Let me know. Take the poll. Let me check. We got a few people took the poll. Come on, man. Y'all take the poll now. Make sure you take the poll. If you hit the lottery for 500,000, would you quit your job? Let us know. But that was crazy though, man. Did y'all see that? That man, they just yanking the door open. But let my buddy out so he can go home with me. And so who said that everybody need to go? Whoever said that, you was on point. Everybody need to go. Cats that wasn't even working that day, some of them gotta go. Man, it's hot outside. I want to encourage y'all because where I'm at, we've been like 90s all week. But today, hump day, make sure you stay hydrated. My drink of choice is that H2O. Whatever you drink, somebody said Mountain Dew is their choice. But, I got that H2O. Make sure you stay hydrated. Drink that. Whatever you put, make sure you're putting fluids in your body. Genevieve said they're wearing the PJs. That's not trustee clothing. You're right. You're right, though. You're right. That's a good point. Yeah, they was, but they had the PJs on because they was planning to do that. Because sometimes they usually walk around in their shorts or even their underwear. But they knew they was going outside. So, but that's all they got is pajamas and DOC uniform. Antonio said, you can't tell me that nobody heard the doors being messed with. Yeah, that's going to be hard to really explain in court. If you on shift that night, especially if you work that unit, you can hear some of that noise in the next unit. So if you're in that unit, you can hear that noise. Okay, that cucumber and chase seed water is also good for you. Thanks. I bet it's expensive. Antonio, thanks for sharing that. Most definite. I even go back to drinking fountain water. And I know some people say fountain water ain't good for you, but I remember back in the day, we used to just run the water and put the jug in the refrigerator. We didn't got so fancy now. Everybody got bottled water. Nobody drinks water from the fountain. But you can also hook those filters to your faucet. So that's another thing that they say work. But I done drunk water straight out the faucet. I remember when I was a kid, we drunk it out the water hose. But I know it's different now. But they got a lot of stuff worse than water. All them sugars and, people getting sick, diabetes and all that. They taste good, but they might not be good for you. But whatever you drink, make sure you put some fluids in you, man, because it's hot. And we don't want nobody to suffer from heat exhaustion or anything. Valerie said when the warden, asked for money to renovate, no money was put into the facility. The people above the warden need to go for being negligent. See, that's the thing though, because it's funds somewhere. It's funds somewhere, man, because sometimes they say at the end of the year, they got to give back money because they didn't spend it. So if you got money over here that's allocated over here and they didn't spend it, it should have went to help that facility out, especially if the warden was telling y'all, listen, man, we need this. And they weren't trying to give them funds. But, like I said, most escapes that happen in a facility, the warden head usually roll. So I don't know how they're going to handle this situation. Antonio said, it's not expensive and easy to make. He said, it's not expensive and easy. Oh, make it. I thought you meant buy it in the bottle. So you saying the real cucumber and Che was how you pronounce it, and chase seed water is also good. But some people, when they drinking water, they worried about the taste. It don't taste good. Like even people think water don't taste good. That's why they always want fruit drinks. Valerie Brunson said, tap water are not the same as when we were kids. Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. All kind of metals in there and stuff. Yeah, that's a fact. But I was just saying, I remember back in the day, you put the water in, you filled a big jug of water, and we drank that for those who drank water back then. Now everybody getting bottled water. So, but thank you for sharing that, Valerie. Thank you for sharing that. But as I was saying, man, I saw on the news that the prosecutors, some prosecutors said, man, we out of town until y'all deal with this. So if they go out of town, they got to take their family out of town and all that. It's a big inconvenience because somebody didn't handle their business. And then I think about witnesses. Anybody who testified against them jokers, man, they gonna have problems, man. So Valerie said, rumor has it that that facility has been in despair for years. You know what? It ain't just that facility. There's a lot of facilities that's neglected. I done been in some old facilities in Newark, New Jersey, Essex County. That was an old when they still had bars. You still had cages, so it's some old facilities that's asbestos, paint peeling off the wall. So that's just one of them, so there are some old facilities in the US. Thank you for sharing that. You said it's been in despair. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Valerie, for sharing that. Thank you. For those who just coming, I was saying that I'm gonna put it on the screen. Said Genevieve said they're protecting those shareholders holding and supporting that contract. Yeah, but if you invest more, can't them shareholders make more money? So, or you saying by not closing it? But even if you repair it, that would help the shareholders. I would think spend the money that's needed. Listen, I want to show y'all this, man. This is something that I would love to do on Friday. Is be the same thing as we doing now. Only thing, I would invite a few people up. They can dance on video if they choose to. If not, they don't have to. But it's called Dance, Chat, and Drink. And you know what I'm holding down? I'm holding down that's good water. And what we'll do is, if you up on the screen, you will have to mute your vocal because the copyrights. So you can play the music where you at. You just will have to mute it on your thing and just dance, and we just enjoy and just have a relaxed day on Friday. That's what it's just a thought, man. Let me know if y'all interested. Let me know if y'all interested. So Antonio said, after shopping, we make homemade water. I have a shop and we make home. Okay, Antonio, homemade water. How do you do that? We have cucumber water and pineapple water, watermelon water, hibiscus water. That sounds good, man. I would love to try that pineapple water. That pineapple water. I might do the cucumber, but I know I would love that pineapple water. Sounds good. Antonio, that watermelon water is fire. Okay. Yeah. Genevieve said 85% of grant monies was spent, misappropriate and misallocation of funding. Check New York's NY control reports. Okay, only 5% of grant monies was spent. You talking about specifically, or you generalizing throughout the country? Where are you talking about? Misappropriation. You're gonna have some bad apples in almost everything you do. Antonio said watermelon is one of our big sellers. I would like to try that out too, Antonio, that watermelon water. Valerie said, I thought Friday fun day was in the evening. I'll be busy during the day. You know what? Might need to move the time. I'm glad you said that. What am I thinking about? I might need to redo all that and rethink the time and do that in the evening. What am I thinking about? But if I do that, I'm gonna have to miss my morning regular schedule. What's your thoughts? Do I need to do it in the evening, Valerie? Genevieve said that facility alone. Oh, but that ain't got nothing to do with the officers and none of that. That's the people up above them. And like somebody on here said that the warden was asking for money. So is the warden included in that misallocations and all that, or the people up above them who got the money but wasn't giving it to the facility? Dr. J said, good morning, Mark, Maz, and chat. Thank you, Dr. J. Welcome to our chat. Today, we're still talking about the escape, but we're digging in a little bit deeper today. I saw on TV the prosecutors, some of them are afraid, and they said they bouncing until they catch the remainder of the 5. We started with 10, they captured 5, and it's still 5 people that's out. Valerie said, after work, people be ready to turn up. Most definite, Valerie. Thank you, man. Now I gotta redo my poster and all that. But that's what I do, because I think more people would really be interested in doing something like that in the evening. For those that don't know, man, Dr. J is a content creator. Make sure you check out her channel, show her support. She's trying to build up. She want to eventually get to 1,000 subscribers. She's under 200 right now, but she's been working and making moves. Let's help her get to where she need to get. She do a live a couple times a day. Let me see. Dr. J said, good morning, Valerie. Flig said, good morning, Mark. Good morning, Flig. Antonio said, good morning, Dr. J. Dr. J said, I'm glad that you made it over. Man, thank y'all. See, all it's about is us supporting one another, and y'all have been very supportive. But as I was saying about the inmates that escaped, these jokers don't have a plan. We just watched the video where they was yanking the door and no officers around nowhere. People walking around. I mean, inmates walking around when they probably should have been in their cell, but they yanking the guy out, and then they all ran down the thing. Genevieve said, I live in Tennessee, but work as an analyst on correctional facilities abuse, neglect, and human rights infringements, to include commerce. Woo, we got to hook up. I worked in juvenile facility for about 10 years before, walking away. Also do community work with juveniles as well. I don't know if you was out last year. We went to New Orleans. It was a conference out there for corrections, but some of us juvenile facilities were out there also. So Genevieve, I don't know if you was out at that conference in New Orleans or not. This was last year. I'm sorry. This was 2022. We went out there. 2022, I went out there. So Valerie said, Dr. J has visited my channel, Mark. Have you? Valerie, I got to do that. I got to do that. I forgot. Valerie is also a content creator. I got you. Yeah, I subscribed to your channel, though, didn't I? Dr. J said, welcome to Mark B's Perspective. If not, Valerie, I'm going to see to it as soon as after this live, I'm going to go check you out. Dr. J said, Valerie, I'm glad that you made it over to Mark B's Perspective. Dale said, hi from Changsha, China. Changsha, China. Okay, I didn't know. I remember you came in the other day, Dale. Welcome. Greetings and love to China. We appreciate you, man. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. Let me write this down for Valerie. Got to make sure I check you out. Valerie, do you do lives on your channel? Valerie, let us know, do you do live stream on your channel? Or you just make content? Make sure y'all take the poll. The poll today is the question is, if you hit for 500,000, will you quit your job? Oh, Genevieve said, I was recovering from a serious injury sustained in a Tennessee prison. Well, I'm glad you recovered, man. I'm glad you recovered. But working in them facilities, man, they can do stuff to you physically, spiritually, and mentally. You got to be serious. I don't care if you're working with juveniles or adults. You working in a dangerous situation when you work in those facilities. Doss Dale said hi, Jay. Talking about Dr. J. Valerie Brunson said, I'm new, trying to get hours up. Valerie, we're going to try to help you as much as we can. Most definite. Um, Also, another thing you can do is shorts, short videos, get a lot of views, you know. But I'm going to go and look and see what you got going on. Dr. J said, please participate in the poll as you enter the chat. Thank you, Dr. J. Antonio said, Mark, come on down. I'll hook you up with some cucumber and shea water. Antonio, I'm going to check you out. Antonio, drop a link to your website or whatever you got. Antonio, because you make that good water. Let us know your or you just do it like for the house, or is it a business? If it's a business, drop your business info, Antonio, about the water that you make. I'll be the right guy for it. I'll be drinking it right here on live. It's hot today. Not as hot as yesterday, but it's still hot today, man. Make sure you drink your fluids. Stay hydrated. Dr. J said, Valerie, lives and shorts really help. You know, just get on the grind, and it's up to us to help one another and support one another. That'd be the main thing. You know, just do the work, Valerie. Dr. J says, Antonio, are you a content creator also or two? So, Antonio, are you a content creator? Dr. J, Antonio makes water, and Antonio told the flavors. It was like pineapple, watermelon, and a couple cucumber and something else. So, Antonio, and I'm trying to find out, is it a business or they just do it locally, from the house or whatever. I'm trying to wait for the response. But they say they make some good water. I would love that pineapple. I would love that watermelon too. Make sure you take the poll, man. Make sure you take the poll. If you hit the lottery for 500,000, would you quit your job? Today we was talking about, man, that jailbreak, and we was just digging in a little bit deeper and talk about the implications, because I seen the prosecutor said, man, we scared, we out. So they leaving until they find these criminals, because maybe the prosecutors did them dirty. They went hard at them on that case, so they concerned. But somebody on here said that, they not thinking about the prosecutor, and they might not be, but I wouldn't trust it. I'll be on my guard just like them. Dr. J said, Mark, you are really ready for that water commercial. The Sani Aquafina. Antonio, let's sign Mark up for real. For real, though. Thank you, Dr. J. Dr. J said, Mark, you are really ready for that water commercial. The Sani Aquafina. Antonio, let's sign Mark up. Valley say, our temperatures is hot. 90s is a wonderful day for us. We are 105 today. Ooh. Listen, I got a drink for that. Valerie, I got a drink for you and for me. Because that, you said 105? Ain't no way. I'm about to fall out just thinking about how hot it is. Come on, y'all, let's drink to that. Valerie said they looking for them inmates for real. They're not going to quit looking. They said they on all of their trails. They on all of their trails. But the thing is, man, I'm hoping and praying that don't nobody get hurt, because these jokers is desperate. You can just be looking at them and they might think you recognize them, and then they want to attack. Or they might think you got some money, or they might want to take your car. It's dangerous with these 5 jokers out there right now. And if I'm the prosecutor, I'm getting away from them too. Even though they strapped, they carry their guns too. But still, you don't want these desperate jokers to run up on you and catch you while you got your back turned. So yeah, they looking for these. They looking for them. And like somebody said earlier, they can't hang in their neighborhood because some of their peoples is committing crimes, and like, yo, man, you bringing heat on us. Go ahead, get away from us. We trying to just make our illegal money or whatever crimes they committing. So hopefully they do catch them soon, man, for the safety of everybody. Or if I'm a good CO, and what I mean by good officer, I don't mean dirty officers. Because to us, the good officers, the inmates look at them as the bad officers because they do their job. And that's the ones they don't like. So if they see the officers that don't bring them contraband, that don't do this, that lock them down like they supposed to, they at risk as well. So this is a dangerous time. It said, Dr. J said, welcome to Mark B's perspective. Please take the poll as you enter the chat. Valerie said, Arizona, Dr. J. Yeah, I kind of thought when you said that, I knew it was in that area somewhere. All I can see when you said that is them cactus trees and a lot of sand. That's the vision I got when you said 105 degrees. And I visualized myself just falling out next to a cactus tree. But yeah, that 105, it was 95, 93, 94, 95 yesterday. That was too hot for me. But I know what you're saying. Man, do your air conditioning work good? Dr. J said, and Arizona, understood. Enough said. Yeah, that's crazy. Arizona. Desert. Yeah, out in the desert. I know it's hard on a car during the summertime as far as the AC, because you got to have that on blast. 100 plus degrees. Woo. Yeah, that's crazy. But as I was saying, make sure you take the poll, man. If you hit for 500,000, would you quit your job? But man, it's dangerous right now. Also, in addition to all the stuff we spoke about, the prosecutors, any witnesses who testified, the good correctional officers, those people are targets. But then you got to think about some of their enemies. Some of them had enemies before they went into prison. Will they take that opportunity to get, to attack their enemies? So it's bad right now in New Orleans. They got to catch the rest of them 5 jokers, man. Felix Guzman said El Chapo's family just got USA citizenship for not snitching on the US. Is that true, sir? I know they was dealing with some stuff, but is that true, Felix? El Chapo's family. And for those who might not know El Chapo, you might have been under a rock somewhere. He's one of the the biggest drug lords during that time. El Chapo was one of the biggest ones. Like when you think of like a Noriego, what's the one over in Medellin? But he was one of them ones on that level. It said Valerie said, yes, the law doesn't require any landlords to have ACs. So when you come, you got to bring your own AC. Valerie said in Arizona, the law doesn't require any landlords to have an AC unit. Wow, that's crazy. With them temperatures, Valerie said, Felix, we already know how stuff works. Yeah. But what's up with that water contract that Dr. J was saying? She said Mark might need that water contract. Let me go back up, see if somebody responded to that. Let me go back up. Oh, but anyway. Dr. J, did you see a response about that water contract? Because I don't recall seeing one. Let me see. Said people be dying here in the summer. Yeah, that's all over. Do y'all have homeless? I know like in major cities is a lot of homeless. So do y'all have like a large homeless? And what do y'all do with y'all homeless on them real hot days? Do they do anything with their homeless population? Valerie said people be dying in Arizona during the summer, and I'm trying to find out, do they have any help for these people? Give out bottled water. I don't know what they do. What do they do for the homeless if there's any homeless out there? And I know they probably wouldn't be in the desert. They would probably be in the cities where they have more access to, borrow some money to get something to eat. So they probably wouldn't be out there in the desert. Speaking of the homeless, they would probably be in your cities, probably in Phoenix, Arizona or whatever. Jay said, yo, what's up? Jace Hunt, welcome to the chat, man. Welcome. We're talking about those 10 inmates who escaped from the New Orleans jail. Are you familiar with that? And what's your thoughts on that? They caught 5 of them, so there's only 5 remaining. I was bringing up the fact that it's people in jeopardy. The prosecutor, anybody who testified against them, uh, any of their enemies, they might take that as an opportunity to attack some of their enemies. And then just regular people who they might be desperate and want to take their money, they want to take their car. So right now, what's your thoughts on the inmates that escaped in New Orleans? Are you familiar with that story, Jace? Dr. J said, Valerie, that's a bit selfish. No AC is not required by law, but I provide my tenants with heating. Hold on, let me say heating and AC. Restaurants don't give out water. Woo. What about like community organizations? Do they give water to the homeless, like bottled waters or whatever? Genevieve, hold on, sir. Dr. J said, common courtesy, good grief. Valerie says, epidemic here with the housing. Excuse me. Valerie said, epidemic here with the homeless. We have cooling centers. Okay. People do go around passing out water. Good. Restaurants don't give out water. Right. Because they would lose money. I understand restaurants can't do it, but at least y'all got organization. Genevieve said, financial exploitation. Okay. Antonio said, let's talk about a contract market. I'm serious. I know you laughing. I'm serious. Most definite, Antonio. We're gonna have to talk. We're gonna link up. I don't know how we can do it, but talk outside of this setting. Genevieve said extortion. Genevieve, explain what you don't just put one word comments. Let us know what you're talking about because a lot of us are lost. You talking about in helping out these homeless people? What are you talking about? Genevieve said possible blackmail and racketeering. Explain more. Are we on the prisoners? We talking about the heat in Arizona? What are you talking about? Dr. J said, Antonio, that part for real. Most definite. Most definite. So Antonio, how can I connect? How can I reach you? How can I look up your stuff? How can I do that? Dr. J said, Brother Antonio, I endorse Mark. Yo, I'm gonna drink to that. It's hot out there, man. Get your fluids, man. Get your fluids. You don't want to be out there dehydrated and fall out in this hot weather. Somebody said it's 105 in Arizona. I can't stand it. I had to be under a shade tree with a cooler, whole cooler of ice water. But thank y'all. And Tony, I would like to look at your stuff and your business if I can. Dr. J. Dr. J said, Mark is ready. He is that guy. Valerie said, give him your email, Mark. He can write it down. Yeah, thank you, Valerie. That's good stuff. Tony, are you ready? See, I'm Sears Inquirer. Is this Sears or what is this? Jennifer, they're desperate because the facilities refuse to provide what the inmates need. I've been told that in Texas, that they shut the air and water off in their facilities to conserve. Listen, and I think that's probably true. I was at a facility every Wednesday, the hot water is off, and you got to take a cold shower. Or some people don't take it. And when I say cold, it seems like when the water off, it ain't just cold, it's ice cold. I wouldn't mind if it was under the hot weather like that, but this is even during the winter time. Every Wednesday they cut it off. So I know what you're saying, Genevieve. I think they do that to save money every Wednesday. And then some people were saying they was flushing out the system, and that's why the water be turned off once a week. But you was talking about in Texas, they shut the air and water off in their facilities. Yeah, that's why I say don't put yourselves in those situations, man. Stay out here in free society so you can have control of your own life. Dr. J said, like, share, and subscribe. Antonio said, let's do it, Dr. J. Genevieve said, inmates are making calls to family and friends wanting money for commissary. Genevieve said, inmates are making calls to family and friends wanting money for commissary. Yeah, they do that all the time. But it's up to the family. And remember, you can send them, but don't let them be a burden to you. Don't lose a bill trying to help your family out. You know, some people get all caught up. I got to help. No, help if you can. Take care of you out here first. They all right. They get free meals and all that. Plus, they put themselves in that situation. Dr. J said, Antonio, I put my money on Mark. He's the guy for the job. Genevieve said, for items that should be provided in meeting basic needs. Genevieve, let me tell you, they give soap out, they give toothpaste out, but it's like generic. And a lot of people don't like to use the stuff that the state provide. So they do provide a soap, they do provide toothpaste, but it might not be what you want. So they do provide some stuff. Some people don't like the soap because they say it make them itch, you know, so they go buy their own stuff from the commissary. Valerie says, I think all prisons in the U.S. should be changed to help prisoners reform, not coming back. But also, right, Valerie, and I'm in total agreement with that, Valerie, the prisoners got to be willing to do it. They do got programs. But if you got a lot of people in there, and there's a term inside, they say fake it to make it. If you got a lot of people in there just faking it to make it through the system, it might not help them. It's still up to the individual to do the right thing and make the change in his life. But I agree, we gotta have programs to help these prisoners out. Unknown said, hi man, I'm here. Hey Unknown, we welcome you here, man. We're talking about the prisoners that escaped from New Orleans, man. 10 of them escaped. They caught 5, so it's 5 still out. So there's some people that's concerned. You got prosecutors that's scared. You got witnesses that's scared. And just the general public in that community, they're afraid because these people are desperate. They don't have money, so they're going to have to eat every day. And some of them want transportation, so they might want to take somebody's car as well. Genevieve said, I have been working in and out of corrections since 98. My comments are sometimes in multiple parts. Okay, right. We thank you, man, for your insight and your information. We appreciate that. Valley said, if I ran the prison, they would not come back. Yeah. And it do have a difference for how you run it, you know, because if it's a cakewalk, you know, everything's sweet. I'm not gonna say they're gonna want to come back, but they ain't gonna really be concerned if they do come back. Genevieve said, an actual conversation with you would be nice. Thank you, Genevieve. I think we can learn from one another. You know, because like I said, I've been inside I spent an extensive period of time inside the facility. So I got that perspective. And then when I came home, got my life together, I was working in a juvenile facility, man. So, and I was helping, you know, trying to do my best to help a lot of young men. But, you know, some of them, like I said, you got to want to change. And everybody don't want to change. They don't know that they need it or know that they want it. They think they got more time to get it. I get it right later on, you know. And there's so much glamour in front of their face, they think that that lifestyle is better, until they end up dead or almost dead. Sometimes it takes some bad stuff to happen before they want to get their lives right. But thank you, Genevieve. Yes, yes, sir. I would love to, break bread with you and just talk, you know. But make sure y'all take that poll, man. Make sure you take the poll. If you won 500,000, would you quit your job? Let us know. If you won 500,000, would you quit your job? Dr. J said, right, Mark. Like I say, life is about choices. Thank God for second chances. And we say that's a great thing, man. But some of us so hard-headed, man, we need third and fourth chances because we don't get it right. Some of us are knuckleheads, man, and just don't believe nothing don't believe nothing stink until we smell it. Them type of cats need third and fourth chances. But you got to get it right, though. You keep playing because you're not promised to make it from one day to the next. You can put yourself in such a bad situation where they're going to end up having to have a funeral or something for you. So yeah, thank you, Dr. J, for saying that. Yeah, we need another chance, man. We need another chance. Make sure you take that poll. Make sure you take the poll. Like this video too. Like this video. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all. Genevieve, after this live, make sure you comment on one of my videos. That way that can get me able to connect with you. Not in the chat, but comment on one of my videos, and then that way I can reach out to you. Also about the water thing, if you comment on one of my videos, man, if you're serious about us getting together, comment on one of my videos after this live, or you can go to it while we on and just put a comment, and then we can go from there. Dr. J said, thank God that isn't my story. For real. For real, Doc. It's some hard-headed peoples, man. It's some hard-headed people in the world. Dr. J said, thank God that's not my story. Dr. J said, Antonio, you are that guy. Dr. J said, Antonio, you are that guy. Man, I thank y'all for the continued support. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Subscribe for the channel if my channel is a fit for you. Antonio said, check me out. Antonio, make sure you comment after this, comment on one of my videos so I'm gonna reach out to you. Make sure I got the right person. Comment on one of my videos, anyone, and I'll reach out to you and we'll go from there. Antonio said, check me out, Dr. J. Appreciate that, Dr. J. Antonio is the water man. So is this business at the house, or is that a facility? Where is that? Valerie said the system keeps giving them chances. Most of the criminals have had at least 12 chances by the time they lock them up for serious time. Apparently, they are not effective. Yeah, because I think the main thing is we used to always talk about surface issues and core issues. And I think when you're dealing with people, you can't just deal with surface issues. And a lot of programs deal with surface issues. It looked like you're fixing them on the exterior, but yet internally within, they still dealing with the same stuff that caused them to go left or right, whatever, to go left in the first place. And I think a lot of stuff starts with how you see and feel about yourself, self-esteem, your self-concept. Because when you love yourself and you appreciate yourself, you're going to make better choices. Almost like buying a new car. Somebody get a new car, they're going to clean the tires, keep it clean. They don't want nobody touching it. Same thing about yourself. But when you don't love yourself, you got low self-esteem issues within, you might do anything. And Tony, I surely will check you out. Valerie says mental health is a problem also. Yes, Yeah, it's mental health, PTSD, and all that, man. There's a lot of stuff. That's why I say we got to deal with root causes, not just surface stuff. We got to really dig inside. And when I was in a lot of programs, man, we used to go back to like 5 years old. You talking about these grown men trying to go back to 5 and just tell their story and figure out where we used to say their development was arrested, like arrested development. Where did we mess up and start going on a different course? Where did we start going left? So thank you, Antonio. So hold on. It's a facility. We don't just sell water. We sell food, ice cream, everything. Put a comment on one of my videos so I can reach out to you. Because I don't want to type the name and then it come up to somebody else with the same name. So if you can comment on one of my videos, and then we can connect. Is lust delicious on the shelves yet? Dr. J, you was asking Antonio that. It said, you have a business going there. Got you. Okay. Genevieve said, most just want straightforwardness and honesty. They're going to get their feelings hurt, but it's better to make alterations to life than preparing for death. Yeah. Okay, Doc said, yes, Axel Antonio. Yeah, thank y'all for that. Thank y'all for that. Appreciate that. I'm gonna give y'all, I want a few more people to go and take that poll. A few more people to take that poll. If you hit the lottery for 500,000, would you quit your job? So Antonio, comment on one of my videos so we can connect. And it was somebody else that I needed to comment on the video. Not yet, but Antonio said, Dr. J, not yet, but we hope to be on the shelf soon or someday. Okay. What state? Let's say the state again. I don't know if you said the state. I can't remember. Antonio, what state is that? Dr. J, what state? Got you, Genevieve. I got that right, but I still wanted you to comment on one of my videos. That way, I will have the exact link, because I done did this before and I typed exactly what the name was, and it still took me to other options. So make sure you say something on one of my videos. Dr. J. San Antonio, it is so in the name. It is S-O in the name of Jesus. Antonio said, we are located in Conway, Arkansas. Okay, that's what's up. Genevieve said, Antonio and I are neighbors. Like next door neighbors, or just from the same state? Like next door neighbors community, or just in the same city or in the same state? How close neighbors, what y'all saying? Neighboring town? Meaning it's already done, Antonio. Okay. Okay. Dr. J, but man, I thank y'all, man. Y'all have been very special. Make sure we check out all the other content creators that mentioned here. We want to support Antonio. Check out Genevieve. Everybody that make content, we want to make sure we support. Valerie, we want to make sure, like I said, I'm going to check out your channel as soon as I get off this live. It was my pleasure to chat with everyone. I have to go record a video. That's right. Let us know. We're looking forward. Are you going to release it today? Antonio said, Genevieve, some checks us out if you're in the neighborhood. Oh, Antonio said, Genevieve said, come check us out if you're in the neighborhood. Man, that's love, man. We're about bringing it together. We're about connecting the dots and supporting one another. Man, y'all have been nothing but amazing. Make sure you check out Dr. J's channel, Valerie, Antonio doing big things. We appreciate y'all. We thank y'all. And like I said, man, I hope those 5 inmates do not harm anybody while they out. I hope they do not harm anybody while they out. And they need to go and catch them so everybody else can feel safe in New Orleans. And some of them probably is in Tennessee, Georgia, Florida, Alabama. They're in their neighboring states. So also you got to be concerned with that. So hopefully they'll catch them. I thank y'all again for the continued support. Thank you. Thank you. If you have not taken a poll, make sure you take that poll. Let me look at the so far. If you won 500,000, would you quit your job? Anybody got any last comments before I wrap it up? Dr. J, there's nothing wrong at all with being an entrepreneur. Genevieve said, done. Chicken and waffles. Okay. Okay. Dr. J said, nothing wrong at all with being an entrepreneur. And Tony Yannis says, appreciates you for the advertisement, Dr. J. Spearman said, what's your answer to the poll, Mr. Me? I'm going to flip that. Thank you. And I didn't, let me go ahead and take that poll. If I get 500,000, I'm going to flip it in a positive way. I'm going to do something. I'm going to invest in something. I know, I think it was Adam the Ghost said he going to buy some, a property and rent it out. And he estimated in 10 years or so long, he would have his money back from the rent that he collect. So let me go ahead and try to take one. Let me see. Let me see. Experiments of answer. Mark, thanks for the support and love. Antonio, thank you. Dr. J said 500,000 wouldn't be enough for me to quit a job. It would be investment money for me. Thank you, Dr. J. Yeah, you invest that money, you flip that, invest that in something positive, and that way you can make your money like that. But somebody said they're gonna just keep working, and I guess add to the 500,000. So either way, but just don't. Some people gonna blow that money like in they're gonna blow that money in a couple months' time. Anybody last call for the poll? Dr. J said rental property is the way to go. Valerie said, Dr. J, that's facts. Man, I thank y'all, man. Y'all have been nothing but supportive. I'm gonna redo that what you call it? I'm gonna redo that calendar and try to have the celebration thing for Friday evening. I wasn't thinking, but I'm gonna try to do that on Friday. If I do a Friday evening, I just skip Friday morning and we had that celebration thing on Friday evening. Thank y'all again. I ain't gonna hold y'all any longer. Thank y'all for the continued support. As it stand, 29% said they gonna quit. 53% said no, they ain't quitting, and it was like 18% that said it would depend. Thank y'all, man. Y'all be safe. Continue. Appreciate the support. I gotta go check out Valerie channel as soon as I get off of here. Thank you. Y'all have a good day. Until next time, y'all be safe. Dr. J said, Antonio, as Mark ends, get Mark on that commercial. Thank you. That's what's up. Y'all be safe, man. Peace.